In this video, we're going to talk about how to determine if what you have is a function or not. And here we have two functions, function f and function g. And yes, a function can be a set of points. We'll talk about other types of functions later. But function f is these 3 points and function g will be these 5 points. And the x values make up the domain of a function and the y values make up the range of a function. And basically that means that the input values are the domain and the output values are the range. Now when you're checking to see if what you have is a function, technically we say that for each and every x there has to be exactly one y. And that sounds confusing, so let me explain it to you this way. Let's suppose that the x values are men and the y values are women, and we have square dance partners pairing up. Let's say the men must have only one partner from the range of women, if the range is women. If they have more than one partner, it's not a function. Now it's okay for a member of the range, that is the women here, to be paired up with more than one from the domain, the men. But the men have to have the men have to have only one partner from the range. So considering it that way, we can say that yes, this is a function. From this f function is a function because each one of these has only one corresponding value from the range. Now if you look at the range values, this 0 is paired up with 2 values from the domain, but that's okay. Remember, the women can have more than one square dance partner from the domain. But what we've got to make sure of is that the men are not paired up with more than one. Okay, let's take a look at this g function now. And I've relisted these points down here. Hopefully you've noticed that by now. Now, here we have a problem. The function, or the value 4, is being paired up with more than one value from the range. Okay, and that's the only reason that this is not a function. That causes this to not be a function. We have one, if we call these square dance partners again, the men and the women, we have one guy here that's trying to pair up with 2 different women square dance partners from the range. So for that reason, we have to say that no, this is not a function. And it's all because of Mr. 4 trying to pair up with more than one from the range. Now it's okay that this -7 is paired up with 3 different domain values. We don't have to worry about the range values being paired up with more than one value from the domain. What makes the difference is when there's a domain value that's being paired up with more than one range value. So it's not a function simply because of number 4 here trying to be paired up with more than one range value. Now let's look at some graphs. Now we have another test that you can use when you're trying to determine if a graph is a function or not. And it's called the vertical line test. And it works like this. If I can draw a vertical line on my graph and make it pass through more than one point on my function, then it's not a function. Now I can't do that here. I can't draw that vertical line anywhere and make it pass through more than one point on this red line. So I have to say that yes, this is a function. It does not fail the vertical line test. It passes the vertical line test. It only fails the vertical line test if my vertical line passes through more than one point. Let's take a look
It's
at this
six
second one.
o'clock.
I can draw a vertical line here and make it pass through more than one point. It's passing through a point right here and right here. I could have done that over here or just about anywhere on this oval shape. Now if I draw the line over here, it's okay, but the problem is if I can draw the line anywhere and make it fail the test, then it fails the test. And this does fail the test, so we have to say no, it's not a function. Okay, let's take a look at this one. Now if I draw the line here, it's okay. If I draw the line here, it's okay. However, if I draw the line here, it passes through a whole bunch of points, and that makes it fail the test. So we have to say no, it's not a function. No. Okay, let's go down to this one now. Okay. Right here passes the test, right here passes the test, over here passes the test. I can't make this one fail the vertical line test. So I have to say yes, it's a function. Okay, next one. Pretty simple. Fails the vertical line test. Passes through more than one point right there. So it fails the vertical line tests. I have to say no, it's not a function. Let's go over here. Right here passes the vertical line test. Right here passes. Right here passes. I can't make it fail the vertical line test. It's only passing through one point wherever I go on there. So I'm going to have to say yes, it's a function. Okay, I got one more set for you over here. And a function can be a series of points, as we saw in our first illustration. And so let's check these with the vertical line test. Notice that right here I can make this fail the vertical line test. So I have to say no, this one is not a function. Okay, next one. Now I can't make this one fail the vertical line test. Let me change colors here. Don't want to confuse anybody. Okay, passes the test, passes the test. Now even over here, it passes the test because it's not passing through more than one point, even though it's not passing through any points. That doesn't matter. No matter where I draw this line, it's not gonna pass through more than one point. So yes, it's a function. Okay, next one. Now, anywhere I draw the line, if it's a vertical line, it's not going to pass through more than one point. So, pretty simple. Yes, it's a function. Okay, next one. Notice right here, it will fail the vertical line test. So I have to say no, it's not a function. And of course on this one, fails the vertical line test miserably right here, passes through a great number of points, and it also fails the vertical line test over here. So very simply, it's not a function. Okay, over here it passes the vertical line test, passes, then there's a gap, passes. Even in that gap, I'm not passing through more than one point. I'm not passing through any points, but I'm not passing through more than one point. And over here it passes. So that passes the vertical line test, and I must say yes, it is a function. Okay, so there's a couple of ways you can tell if you've got a function. And I hope this has helped you understand how to test for a function.